staying safe in the backcountry.
Plus, it's not the typical way of getting down the snow-packed slopes. Why this man is trading the skis for a set of wheels.
Live from Grand Junction's news leader, this is KKCO 11 News at 10. 11 minutes of non-stop news, and your no-wait weather starts now.
I'm happy with the outcome. I think a 5-day extended calendar will be good for the kids, and we can plan appropriately as parents.
The school board adopts a new calendar for the 2013-2014 school year, and parents and school board members alike hope the change will improve academic performance across the district. Good evening. Thanks for making 11 News at 10 number 1. I'm Jean Reynolds.
And I'm Glenn Mills. The new 5-day extended year calendar means students will have less time off during the summer, but a couple of longer breaks during the year. And board members hope the increase in contact days will bump up student performance. KKCO 11 News reporter Alex Hambrick live in the studio, helping you know more tonight about how school officials say the new calendar will improve learning in District 51.
Well, Glenn, after research and deliberation, the District 51 Calendar Committee and school board members concluded that early intervention is the best way to assist struggling students, and the 2-week breaks during the spring and fall provide the ideal time for teachers to help them before students fall too far behind. One mom I spoke with says she thinks the change could bring academic improvement. Erin Kinney is a mom to 2 elementary-age kids and says she's been following the Calendar Committee's efforts from the beginning.
I don't have anything planned already, and I think we're getting enough advanced notice that this is going to happen, so I think people will make plans after knowing this calendar has been adopted.
Committee member and teacher Rick Green says the shorter summer and extended breaks during the fall and spring will keep students engaged and refreshed.
The kids then to have a time to catch up a little bit, or what we had discussed as a committee was that there could be time for students to get a jump start. So maybe there was a subject area that's coming up and they needed a little bit of extra work so that they knew what the course was going to be about, and they could have that ahead of time.
Superintendent Steve Schultz says we need to prepare our kids for the 21st century they're going to enter, and thinks increased and more effective instructional time is key.
Moving to a more balanced calendar that spreads learning through the year, along with important extensions to learning and interventions to learning for students that might need additional support or challenge, is something we really want to strive for.
Some parents may worry that their student athletes and other extracurricular activities could suffer from the change, but Schultz says that's not the case.
But we want to try and keep our quarters balanced and still provide support for extracurriculars. We have students traveling all the time throughout the year, the whole calendar year, 365 days a year.
And Kenny says she's just happy to know that she'll get to spend some extra time with her kids during the year.
I also think it's going to be great. You know, the kids will actually get a break and or a longer break, and or the kids who really need some extra help will get it. And so maybe the test scores will go up and we'll see improvement across the entire school district.
The exact start and end dates and break dates have not been set in stone, but Glenn, the school board wants to talk with officials at CMU and look at national holidays to try and sync up the breaks as much as possible.
All right, thanks a lot, Alex. Superintendent Schultz says the board doesn't need any new grant money right away and plans to reallocate existing intervention funding to help the transition to the new calendar.
They could run, but they couldn't hide. 2 people were arrested this afternoon after trying to outrun a sheriff's deputy. Deputies say they attempted to pull over these 2 suspects around C&a-Half Road, but instead they got out of the car and ran into the river. They were met on the other side by more deputies who then arrested them. Both the suspects had warrants. The sheriff's office says there were a juvenile and an adult there. They were both treated on scene by an ambulance crew.
With the passing of Amendment 64, concern is growing over drugged drivers, but the Mason County Sheriff's Office says it has a plan in place to track down impaired motorists. Deputy Ben Carnes says any driver suspected of being under the influence of marijuana will first go through a field sobriety test and then may be asked to take a blood test. Carnes says the blood test will illustrate just how much marijuana is active in the system, and you might be surprised just how long impairment can last.
With marijuana, the euphoria goes away after 30 minutes to 3 hours. However, you are still impaired for up to 2 days potentially, which means 2 days ago you smoke a joint, now you're still illegal to drive a car. It's unsafe for you to operate a vehicle, even though you don't feel high anymore. It's still affecting the way you think about things.
The Colorado Judiciary Committee is reviewing a bill to set the legal blood limit of marijuana to 5 nanograms of THC, which is the main ingredient in marijuana.
The Colorado state budget has been stretched thin in the past few years, and one group says large corporations and wealthy individuals are to blame. According to the Colorado Public Interest Research Group, known as COPIRG, $504 million has gone to offshore tax dodging, a loophole they say puts more pressure on Colorado residents.
We need to make sure we keep the pressure up on this, so we need to talk to our representatives and hopefully get citizens to call into the representatives and let them know that they know we're losing a lot of this revenue, and we need to close these tax loopholes to ensure that we have this money back here in Colorado so we can spend it on the public good.
COPIRG says the extra tax burden has cut public services, grown the deficit, and raised taxes across the board. All of their research is made available to the public. To find out more, visit our web channel at kkco11news.com.
After today, the unemployment rate could drop just a little bit. The Mason County Workforce Center held its annual Jumpstart Job Fair at the DoubleTree Hotel. The event had over 40 different employers present. Many job seekers had their resumes in hand and ready to meet their potential future employers.
Right at the start, within the first 3 minutes, 120 people went through the doors. So we're seeing a very large turnout of people, and I think employers are seeing some real quality applicants.
If you missed the job fair today and are currently looking for work, no worries. You can still head over to the Mason County Workforce Center. You can get a list of employers from the job fair that you will be able to contact. They also have over 200 job orders.
The Bureau of Land Management completed the draft for the Resource Management Plan. Now they want the community to give their input. These plans get revised every 20 years. The last revision came in 1987, and since 2008, the Grand Junction Field Office has been going through the routes and drafting plans.
Now we're going from the internal process to sharing that with the public and getting their input so that we have the broadest base of information possible to make a decision on.
The BLM will host a meeting open to the public Thursday at the Fruita Civic Center, 4:30 p.m. to 7:30. If you can't make it out to the meeting, you can submit your comments via email or mail. The public comment period closes April 25th.
Lots of fresh snow is luring skiers and boarders to the high country, but the perfect conditions are also dangerous conditions. With the threat of an avalanche running high, Kevin Torres is helping us know more tonight about staying safe on the slopes.
Wind creates a crust on top of the snow.
It was an unexpected avalanche that awoke the mountains
21 degrees
from their deep, cold sleep.
It's definitely a scary time right now for avalanches.
Good snow can sometimes bring bad luck.
At least it's good snow now.
The sort of bad luck that can instantly send a chill down the most experienced skier's spine.
It's been a pretty active cycle lately.
If anyone knows that, it's the men and women of the Grand County Search and Rescue Team. They were deployed more than once for avalanche rescues this weekend.
We like helping people.
Tonight, they want to help you.
He's just digging pretty much a hole to the ground.
Help you better understand how vulnerable the backcountry mountains truly are right now.
We can see every layer of the snowpack.
Consider this carving a cake with multiple layers built up over weeks and a super intense layer built up today because of the wind. Just listen.
It's around 4 feet, 5 feet in places, and it got really, really warm. Basically, it causes that crust as well.
That trigger is pulled just as fast as the sweltering sun melts and remolds the icing on top.
That sun will bake off a top crust on a day like today. It'll actually melt a few millimeters of that top layer. When we get a new snow event, that new snow loads up on it, and that turns into a slick bed surface. There's this sugary snow, this ball-bearing snow grapple layer.
It might sound delicious, but in reality, it's not.
So that's not a good sign. If my shovel can go all the way to the ground.
Best advice? Act like the mountains prior to this weekend and get some rest. Conditions will eventually improve.
That added danger rises.
Now, Butch McCain, you're watching the Weather Authority.
So nice to see those blue skies today.
And today's temperature was very nice as well, a little warmer than average. We topped at 45 today. I think the temperatures will be a little cooler tomorrow. We've got a weak frontal system that will blow through pretty quickly tomorrow, and it'll cool us down a bit, but overall not such a bad day in store for us tomorrow. 31 now, winds out of the east at 5, humidity's at 87, and the pressure's 30.00 and dropping off. Currently in Montrose, your current temperature is 30 degrees, winds out of the south-southeast at 7, humidity 70, and the barometer is 30.04. And steady. Looking at our afternoon highs today, they were quite mild on the Front Range and the Eastern Plains, mainly all in the 50s. You see almost 60 degrees in from the capital city. Denver 59. They shared that with Pueblo, that 59. Also, Lamar and La Junta had 59 today. 48 coming in from the San Luis Valley around Alamosa and Monte Vista. About 27 in from Gunnison. Rifle 43. Craig a little cooler, 39. Look at Vernal, 23. 37 in from Moab, and a comfortable 53 from Page. Our high today a little bit after 4 o'clock. We topped at 45 degrees there. That's a little cooler than average. I think we'll be just about average tomorrow with that frontal system moving through. 24 was our morning low this morning, a pair of 2s for Montrose this morning, and 48 was your afternoon high. Most of the clouds tonight are in the northern half of Colorado. No precipitation associated with those clouds. We have mostly clear skies here in the Grand Valley and also over Montrose and Delta County. A few clouds trying to encroach on the west end of the Grand Valley, but overall we'll go with mostly clear skies tonight as temperatures hover in the middle part of the 20s the next few hours. So the frontal system that we're going to be watching tomorrow is this one right here. The big storm system is still way up in the Gulf of Alaska, and that's going to be your weekend storm system. But this one's going to come through very quickly tomorrow. In fact, Futurecast has it moving through, and we'll stop it right as it starts to move through the Grand Valley, which is going to be right around noon. It'll be bringing some clouds, so we'll see a few more clouds than what we saw today, and consequently some cooler temperatures once we get behind this frontal. So slightly cooler temperatures, but overall I don't look for hardly any precipitation, but it will start to pick up a little bit of rain shower activity once it gets into the central plains. But overall looks like it's going to be a pretty quick mover for us. Start the morning with some fog, 21 for a morning low tomorrow morning. By noon, 39 with partly sunny skies, and then increasing clouds during the afternoon with a high of 42. So not quite as warm as we saw today, but still not a bad day for us tomorrow. Patchy freezing fog late tonight for Montrose, 20 for a morning low, and then you'll start the morning with some patchy fog. Otherwise, some sunshine by tomorrow afternoon with a high of 45 degrees. Looking at Tri-County temperatures, with partly sunny skies, once again we'll see 40s for afternoon high temperatures, very much like we did today, but instead of being on the upper half of the 40s like we were today, we'll be in the lower half of the 40s. For example, Cedar Edge 42, 43 from Glade Park, about 41 from Fruita, Clifton about 43, Palisade 45 today, and our friends in Orchard Mesa about 43. So partly sunny skies, 42 for a high. Look at Thursday, looks pretty good, 44, sunshine. And then we'll see that frontal system that's in the Gulf of Alaska start to move in our direction on Friday and Saturday, perhaps even late on Friday and into Saturday. And then those temperatures will start to cool off this week in the beginning of next week, dropping back into the 30s. Most of our morning low temperatures will be in the teens and 20s. Our cool snap is sent in by Gene and Terry Hewitt, taken at sunrise from White Tank Mountain just to the west of Phoenix. In fact, you can see Phoenix, if there's a Phoenix skyline, if you look in the background there to the right beyond that saguaro.
Yeah, I see it there.
Yeah, you see that. Beyond that cool looking cactus there, saguaro cactus.
Yeah, good looking. Snowbirds?
Yeah, I bet so.
All right.
They live on the park, so they want to get out of the snow.
Don't blame them. All right, thanks a lot. So to come tonight on KKCO 11 News at 10, most people hit the Powderhorn slopes on skis or a snowboard. Know more about one athlete who prefers to bring his mountain bike.
And Colorado Mesa University may not have sororities now, but some young women are taking the next step to make it happen.
KKCO 11 News Road Report is brought to you by General Surgeons of Western Colorado.
I'm Health Crusader. You look confused.
I thought this produce, but it's not organic.
Let's fly to Natural Grocers, where we have banished commercial produce. We sell only 100% certified organic produce. That's Natural Grocers.
Did you know that the Casablanca in Mesquite was the #1 getaway in Southern Nevada? With over 792 slots and 24 hot table games and a full-service race and sports book. We have a 24-hour coffee shop, a world-class spa and salon featuring couples treatments. Play 2 18-hole championship golf courses. This place is magical. So call 877-GETAWAY and book your room, golf, or spa now for just $79. But you're not here yet?
Hi, Steve Harbor for Grand West Kia with some deals on nearly new cars and trucks you won't want to miss. 2012 Impalas, just $14,750. 2012 Nissan Altimas, just $16,950. 2012 Toyota Camry LEs, just $17,950. 2012 Kia all-wheel drive Sorrentos, just $23,950. They all have remaining factory warranties and they're ready for immediate delivery. We have financing for most credit situations and we'll pay off your trade no matter what you owe. We really want to see you at Grand West Kia.
Has the current economy got you thinking about your future? Wish you had a new career? IntelliTech College could be your answer. Train to be a dental assistant and become an integral part of a healthcare team. If you want to help others and you enjoy interacting with other people, then a dental assistant career may be for you. Call IntelliTech College of Grand Junction now and find out how you can get started. Call 970-245-8101. Don't wait another minute. Call now.
Spa. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance on brand new 2013 inventory. This weekend only. Two Rivers Convention Center, Grand Junction. Over 100 spas on display and everything must go. Spas starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. Come see the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old spa. 12-month interest-free financing. Saunas 80% off. New 2013 inventory. This weekend only. Two Rivers Convention Center, Grand Junction. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE. 1-888-SPA-SALE.
Let's go shopping at Natural Grocers for organic foods and great prices. Natural Grocers never has antibiotics or added hormones, and you'll love our affordable prices. Natural Grocers, saving you money every day.
Closed captioning brought to you by your local Ford stores. You're watching KKCO 11 News at 10 with Glenn Mills, Gene Reynolds, your no-wait weather with Butch McCain, and Phil Stafford with sports. KKCO 11 News, no more.
Last year was the first year for the Teva Mountain Winter Games, and one local competitor from the valley was inspired to hit the slopes, but not on skis or on a snowboard. Photojournalist Andrew Reed has his story.
For many, before you hit the slopes, check your bindings and your boots before you ride. But for Eric Landis, his approach is a little different.
Well, I'm a professional mountain biker. I specialize in downhill racing of all types.
Today, Eric is at Powderhorn for a special training.
So typically the terrain park is strictly for boarders and skiers that are coming in to enhance and practice their skills. However, today we've shut that off and allowed Eric Landis to come up.
I'm training and getting ready for the Teva Winter Mountain Games this weekend in Vail.
At the games, Eric will compete on his bike in a dual slalom race.
So I built a set of custom studded spiked tires, and I needed to try out the tires and just practice overall.
Sales and marketing manager Gabrielle Mikna says they were happy to host him.
We typically don't have situations like this on the mountain, but since it was such a special case and this is Eric's local mountain, it just made sense to let him come up here and do a test run and get prepared for this weekend's Teva Games.
This is Eric's first time riding on the snow with a bike.
Well, obviously it's really different. It took me a while to get used to the feel of it, but the tires that I built are really tracking straight and hooking up great. I'm not sliding, it's not scary. I wasn't sure if they're going to work. I literally thought the studs might pull out or the tires might blow up, but I've been up here riding for a couple hours and it is just working fantastic. Thing's carving so beautifully. Yeah. Like I saw a video from last year and everyone was sliding. Yeah. And I mean, there's like no hint of slide.
And a regular at the mountain says he's impressed.
You don't see that quite often. It's definitely a new progression. I've seen like once or twice maybe in my life, and it's kind of cool to come up and see it.
Eric says he's happy with the way his idea worked out, and now he's ready for the competition. From the slopes at Powderhorn, Andrew Reed, KKCO 11 News.
Landis says it's definitely nicer to fall on the snow compared to the dirt. The Teva Mountain Games take place this weekend in Vail, and officials from Powderhorn say to look for their one-bike competition later in the season.
CMU Goes Greek. The university hosts a sorority interest group today to see how many young women are interested in spearheading the process. The interest group is called Women Interested in Greek Life and is in the beginning stages. It will be about a year before sororities are actually introduced to the campus. Students who are interested are invited to come to interest group meetings this week. Chelsea Roth transferred from Colorado State University and says she's excited to help bring Greek life to CMU.
But I think that it says something when you meet friends through doing philanthropic work and having an academic standard. You actually meet people who you can create bonds with that'll sustain into the future. So meeting people who are gung-ho about dedicating themselves to the community and to their future are the kind of people I want to be around. So.
Officials on campus plan to bring on 2 sororities by this time next year. Last year, the Kappa Sigma fraternity opened a chapter, and so far officials say the group is having a positive impact on the CMU community.
Visitors at the VA Medical Center are enjoying new artwork today as a month-long mural is finally complete. Local muralist Lee Bowerman and Dana Martindale donated their time and efforts to complete a 40-foot-long mural in the VA Center's cafeteria. The piece is dedicated to America's military and honors veterans like themselves in Grand Junction.
To hit the highlights, we wanted to make sure that World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and the current conflicts that we're involved in are all depicted with the appropriate equipment and uniforms and people involved.
You might recognize the work. He has dozens of murals throughout the valley and 30 in the VA Medical Center. If you enjoy good arts and crafts fair, you'll want to attend this one. The VA Medical Center is holding their National Veterans Creative Arts Festival. All the crafts are handmade by a veteran. They're competing for a spot to attend the National Creative Arts Competition in October, held in Reno. The event is open to the public. You can view the display from 9 to 4 tomorrow and 9 until noon on Thursday.
In case you haven't heard, today is National Pancake Day, and IHOP is giving away some free pancakes to anyone and everyone who joins them today. The deal goes until 11 tonight, so you still have a little time if you hurry. In exchange for the pancakes, IHOP is asking customers to donate whatever they can to Shriners Hospital.
We do it once a year. It's an annual thing. Last year we raised $2.7 million. This year we're hoping for $3 million nationwide.
Locally, the Grand Junction IHOP raised around $2,700, and this year their staff is hoping to raise at least $3,000. The money raised here goes to local children who get service at Shriners Hospital, along with free pancakes. Shriners clowns are hanging around, painting faces, and making balloon characters for all of the kids. KKCO 11 News is excited to bring you a chance to win a VIP Major Mortgage Country Jam package just for watching in February. You can win 4 4-day VIP gold tickets to the biggest party of the summer worth more than $2,500. Entering to win is easy too. All you have to do is watch KKCO 11 News at 10 p.m. and in the morning and listen for the country code.
Tonight's country code is Skybox. Now that you have the code, head to kkco11news.com and enter it. You can enter multiple times a day and as many days as you would like. The winner will be selected at the end of the month from all the correct country codes, so just look for the contest tab on our web channel, kkco11news.com. Coming up in sports, Montrose was in town for a league duel in Fruta.
Could the Wildcats stop the Indians' try for a clean sweep of the season series? Find out after the break.
Hair services are provided by Estilos on Main Street.
Need another reason to drive a brand new Ford? Get long-term, low-interest financing, huge cash rebates, or great lease offers on America's freshest lineup. Visit your local Ford store today.
Life is precious. Don't waste it. A message from Callahan at Fast Mortuary.
We know at the Frame Depot, there's more to framing than meets the eye. As the largest custom framer on the Western Slope, we build your frame in-house to ensure that it's done properly to preserve the piece. We work with you and your budget. At the Frame Depot, we don't just frame pictures. We frame memories for your home, your office, your lifestyle. If you have something you've been meaning to frame, what are you waiting for? The Frame Depot, 529 Bogart Lane, next to Sam's Club, or online at framedepotgj.com.
My name is Dr. Andrew Morse. I'm a general surgeon and I specialize in weight loss surgery as well as minimally invasive and laparoscopic surgery.
My name is Jennifer Schreiner and I had my weight loss surgery done at Community Hospital's Outpatient Surgery Center from Dr. Morse. I've got 2 young kids and I didn't want to see myself in 10 years having issues, so I made the decision that I needed to do something. Dr. Morse really cares about how you're doing and you feel like you have a personal connection with him.
In Jennifer's case, knowing that she had high cholesterol and borderline diabetes, we knew that we could make a big difference with the lap band. And we're helping to provide a way that she can lose the weight, be healthier, and be there for her family.
The results have far surpassed what I thought they were going to be. I'm a lot happier. I don't always hurt.
We've done more lap bands on the Western Slope than anyone else. We are the lap band experts. My commitment.
My health.
Community Hospital of Grand Junction. For more information, call 970-242-9123.
Today's Powerball jackpot is $176 million. Don't forget to play.
Now, KKCO 11 Sports with Phil Stafford.
The first meeting between the Fruita and Montrose boys came down to just a free throw. Now, if you're a Wildcat fan, the ref called that foul after the buzzer. Indian fans, well, they say that was just a great call. That's the backdrop for tonight's rematch. Couldn't ask for a better one. This was also the final time playing at home for Spencer Fair and Donnie Thornhill. The Wildcats celebrated their senior night this evening. And I must have missed the invitation, but Spencer Fair started this game like he was having his own party. He scored 6 of the Wildcats' first 10 points, but then he and Matt Story missed most of the second quarter due to foul trouble, and that's when Ross Barney went to work for the red and white. The Indians outscored the Wildcats 17-8 in the second quarter, but in the final quarters, Matt Story and Spencer Fair got back in, and Story here gets back into it with the final minutes. Indians leading by 1 after that, too. And Angelo Youngren sees Fair at the top of the key, so why not drive baseline? Montrose lead back up to 3. So with 20 seconds left, Fruita needs a 3 to tie, and they can't find the net. The Indians sweep the Wildcats 48-44 the final.
It means a lot. We just came out as a team with a lot of energy and a lot more focus, and just came out and get it done.
Passing it off to the girls, the Lady Indians have had their way with the league opponents thus far, but the Fruita Wildcats were much more confident playing within the confines of their own gym. Down by 12 in the third quarter, Elise Hill finds some space down low for the red and white, cuts the Fruita lead to 10 points. And since it was senior night, right on cue, Lauren Labonte responds in a big way with the long distance 2 for the Lady Cats, back to a 12-point lead for the blue and white. The Cats look to be much better on defense tonight as well. Labonte with the steal here, and as she dribbles down, she'll go ahead and find Mariah Love on the other end. Fruita cushions the lead to 14 points, and the tight D from Fruita Monument held until the very end. Labonte led all scorers with 19 as Fruita holds Montrose to the lowest points of the season. Two seniors, Sam Parks and Lauren Labonte, talked about that defense after the game.
I think we did pretty good, and we won, so it must have been good enough, but I think it's probably one of our best defensive games that we've played.
We just played awesome with rotation-wise, because usually we don't do well in that area, and I think we communicated very well on backside rotation, and I think that helped a lot.
The first loss of the season didn't drop the Lady Mavs too far down in the national rankings. Colorado Mesa fell just 3 spots in the national poll today to number 7, meaning they've been in the top 10 for the past 4 weeks now. The process of moving past that loss started with hitting the hardwood today, and although the players admit practice has been a little bit quiet, they now feel like they can play without a lot of unnecessary pressure.
There's always that added pressure. I mean, when are they going to lose? Are they going to lose? Can they keep winning? And so, I mean, we didn't look at it that way, but it's definitely a little pressure off our back. Now we can get back to the way we were playing and how we want to play and just focus on us instead of all the other outside things going on.
We've kind of been talking about it a couple weeks before, what our deficiencies are, and it kind of caught up to us. So it wasn't anything new that we, but things kind of caught up. And so we've talked about this week what we needed to do to get better and to be a championship team, not just a good team. To be a championship team.
It will soon become routine for us here to see new players in the GJ Rockies uniform each summer, but yesterday found out we'll be seeing a new team manager in the second season for the Rocks. Anthony Sanders comes to Grand Junction as his first managerial job in the pros. Sanders spent the past 7 seasons with the Tri-City Dust Devils as the hitting coach. He also had a 16-year career in the pros. But we'll find out more from him as he gets to town later in the year, but that will do it for your sports update right now. We'll be back after the break.
The KKCO 11 News Snow Report is brought to you by Powderhorn Mountain Resort.
It's a great time to show that special person in your life how much you care. Give the gift of rejuvenation with stress-relieving treatments from LV Spa and Nails. From mani-pedi and full sets to waxing and massage, we're dedicated to pampering that special person in your life. Gift certificates are available now at LV Spa and Nails on Patterson Road, just north of Mesa Mall.
If you're looking for a fortune, just stare deep into my crystal ball. Use your current phone on ClearTalk's nationwide network and get 4 lines of unlimited everything for just $100. For just $25 a line, you can keep your phone and save a fortune, letting you explore uncharted regions of the mind. I see a lot of savings in your future and a lot of frequent flyer miles in mine.
Bring your phone to ClearTalk and get 4 lines of nationwide unlimited everything for $100. That's just $25 a line. ClearTalk, the best value in wireless.
And now 11 local experts would like to introduce RE/MAX 4000, our expert in residential and commercial real estate. Visit them for all your real estate needs. You can find RE/MAX 4000 on 11 local experts at NBC11news.com.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time event. This weekend only. 2 Rivers Convention Center, Grand Junction. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation and 1 day only. New 2013 inventory. 12 months interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. This weekend only. 2 Rivers Convention Center, Grand Junction. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
One of the biggest rodeo stars in the country is just a few feet tall. Whiplash, the cowboy monkey, has been performing